Hey guys, Russell here. Welcome to my Jeff Bishop Bullseye Trades Review of the week. Every week I do a review of what happened throughout the week on the single options trade that Jeff Bishop alerts the subscribers via email on Monday mornings. Here is my full review. I keep a track record of every single trade that he takes. Probably been doing it for almost a year and a half now. You can see all the trades that he's alerted down here. So starting here all the way down, just so many of them, it's ridiculous. I put videos in here and everything. So so for a long time this service has been doing like really well until maybe the last month or so, where it's been really kind of scattered, and I've noticed people's attitudes towards it have been getting more and more negative. And I'm not going to lie, it's been getting harder to trade these, and when they don't work, people are getting pretty annoyed about it and things. So it's worth sticking with it, though. I think last year was a really hard year, and Jeff did really well in 2022. So I have faith that he'll get back in the way of things. I think part of the problem is the market is just so crazy at the moment. It's very hard to predict the direction, and a lot of his trades rely on making sure he's picking the direction just right for the market. So he's picking strong trades, but they're still dependent on the market, right? So here is the daily on SPY for 1 day, 1 year. And so you can see we're holding this uptrend really nicely. We even had kind of a fake out bounce here. So I was getting optimistic at this point. We're like, okay, cool, the uptrend's going to continue. And then boom, just a breakdown here. And that's very difficult for people to predict. Like, I think Jeff was kind of betting on the same uptrend continuing. And it really looked like it was. It really did, with these like nice candles. But it was a fake continuation so far. It's really dipped hard here, breaking this trend line. So while it's easy to blame Jeff and say like, oh yeah, it's a terrible stock pick, blah blah blah, it's still like, it's difficult when the market takes a turn like this. You just never know what's going to happen, right? So it's been a fight, and I think a lot of people are struggling. One thing that's been working really well is scalping. So if you want to check the description box below, I've got a special deal for my own Discord here, which is called Sidekick Traders. And what we're doing is scalping SPX or ES on the futures, depending on which one you want to do, or even just SPY. And we've been doing really well. We've been making gains of 20 to 500%, which is really awesome. So that's been working really well. I've got a 3-day trial going on. It's $37 a month after that, so really, really low cost. And to put that into perspective, here's one guy who did both the Crocs trade, which is the Bullseye trade for the week, and he took the Goldman scalps that we do in Sidekick Traders Discord. So he took the SPY instead of SPX calls, made 315%. This week alone, he's up $1,000. He sent me this little thing. I hope he doesn't mind if he's watching this. I'm showing this. Hey dude, just watch your video. Great stuff. I'm actually the guy that posted the 315% win yesterday. Overall, made about $1,000 profit this week, so I love the service. So that's for Sidekick Traders. And so you can see we're going to talk about Crocs, which is the Bullseye trades this week. It was a miserable failure. You can see he's sitting at minus 68% here. But everything was compensated plus more, hopefully, with the SPY Sidekick Trader results. So it's always good to diversify. I switch between things. So if Bullseye's not working, I go down smaller in my positions, and I'll go higher in my positions on these scalps. So scalping is where it's at the moment, mainly because the market, like I said, the trends in the market are really hard to get. So getting in and out within 5 minutes or so seems to be the highest probability. Now that could switch back and suddenly the swing trades are working really well again, but for now I highly suggest, if you're not doing scalping and you want to do some really easy scalps, they're quite fast, but a lot of them are quite easy. I did a video just previously on these. You can check it out. Honestly, it's the way to go at the moment. So if you're having a hard time with Bullseye, come over to Sidekick Traders and we'll sort you out in there with some nice profitable scalps. Hopefully, no promises. Anyway, on to Crocs, which was the Bullseye pick of the week, CROX. So this is the email that comes out. Go through this usually. Looks like we have some due diligence down here somewhere. Here we go. So pretty simple stuff. Defies the market's expectations, moves higher after earnings. This is an incredibly strong stock. This week it wasn't. Jeff was wrong. Very little to worry about a significant decline. You were wrong, Jeff. I think it's only a matter of time before the stock shoots higher once again. That could be true, but when's that going to happen? A month from now? 3 months from now? We don't really know. Overall, this was definitely a losing trade. I'll show you the chart in a sec. As part of my core strategy, I also want to sell options, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he's using the Keltner channels as he always does if you're familiar with Jeff's trading style. This was the contracts, March 24th, 130 call near 350. closed below 119. So if we go over to check out the chart here, this is Crocs. This is yesterday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. You can see we basically just went downhill all week. Didn't even give me the chance to do my early buy-in and then to take a scalp on it or anything. I think I did it once actually here somewhere. But basically it was a disaster. The market really sold off on Thursday and Friday, and Crocs came down with it. So pretty miserable trade overall. Nothing we can really do about it, unfortunately. If you cut your loss at 50%, which is what I try and do with these trades, I don't let them go to 80% down or anything like that. I cut at 50%. Then you'd be sitting at a 50% loss, right? So if we go to my article here, you can see that I've put that in as a minus 50% loss. Some people would have held longer though, and might be down a little more than that. But my recommendation, what I found works for me, is cutting at 50% is probably the maximum loss you want to take on this. You can see we've struggled recently. We had a good run in January and February, 300%, 70% wins. Then the last few trades have been difficult. This one was able to get some on. This one, V-March, possible difficult, stopped out. Yeah, so it's definitely going through a period of a drawdown, which hopefully doesn't put too many people off. I think it's very easy to get discouraged with these things. One trick I use is I just go to like one contract instead of 5 or 10 or whatever, and just do really small, just to keep kind of in the game. So when you do hit another one of the long win green streaks, which does happen, there's been a while here, so like here for example, you get a lot of wins. You don't miss out. Every strategy is going to have its losing periods. Hopefully 2023 is not going to be a huge losing year for Jeff. It would be ironic given that 2022 was so hard for swing trading and he did so well. But so far the last couple of months been pretty wishy-washy. The good thing is the service only costs $100 a year, so as long as you're doing small trades on this, not losing a lot on them, it's not like you're breaking the bank. It's not a $1,500 service or anything like that. So I don't have a lot more to say about Crocs than that. I think something I'm switching towards is more of the scalping that I was talking about. I think that's a good idea. Instead of holding while the market tries to find where it wants to go next. Really difficult trade. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description so you can check out my full Bullseye trade review. I'll leave a link as well so you can come and join Sidekick Traders, a Discord I founded in 2020, where we're trying to stay more nimble and not get caught in these long market sell-offs or anything like that. So hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.